And it started there. And then the journey of resetting and rebuilding my mentality and the scenery and the next scene for the next chapter of my movie in my mind, in my life, you know what I mean? Because you can switch the characters, the scenes, all that. You can do it. So I already had the knowledge to do that already, so I started doing that while I was fighting the case. And one thing I wanted to do was to make sure when it's over, I hit the ground running, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You said something a minute ago when you was talking about the car, and now it's a scripture that says if you can't be faithful over little, you can't be made master over much. So a lot of times God give us little things to see how we manage.
Yeah.
We squander that out for like, you kill your fool self if I give you something huge.
Yeah.
So we qualifying ourselves with the little things in order to make ourselves worthy of the big thing. So you still got the monitor now?
I beat it. Not to cut you off, I beat it May 12th of 2025.
Okay. So that case got shut.
Case dismissed.
Yeah.
Case dismissed. They just basically said she was incredible enough to even stand trial, man. She just lies so much, and the state was basically tired of it. They were entertaining it because they had a thing where, you know, across the nation, they're cracking down on DV prosecutions. You see what I'm saying? So they seen she lying. They've been here before. They deal with millions of these cases, but they on they shit. They want you to go to jail. So, you know, but she didn't have a strong case to begin with. Once time kept going on and she kept revealing that, you know, once you tell a lie, you have to continue to tell that lie. And she was in court contradicting herself, online contradicting herself. And it just got to the point where it was just so messy the way she was doing it that it was inevitable for me to beat this case. You know what I mean? Like trust me, she didn't have nothing to stand on. That's why she kept trying to revoke my bond every 2-3 months, because they will push my trial back 2-3 months. We'll have to fight another bond revocation that she'll make up. We'll have to fight that for another 2-3 months. So she did this for 2.5 years. You see what I'm saying? So you don't know what you're just waiting when the next shoe is gonna drop with her. You know what I mean? So that kind of fucks with your head. Every day you thinking like, damn, dog, I'm gonna get a knock on the door, dog. Something's gonna happen. I don't know. So it kept you on your toes. It was the worst, best time that I've ever had in my life that I ever went.
Where did the best time? How did the way you worded and you say the worst, best time? What do you mean by that?
Because it forced me to one, like really be on top of my business and not letting, like I'll be on top of my business, but I'll let somebody do my admin work. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm going to do everything my damn self. And then once I do everything and I'll hand it over to somebody to overlook it. And I'm still handling everything, but that was, there was a lot of things that I had to fix within myself. That was the best part of it. Like emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Self-control. Learning how to really pray, getting closer to God, restoring the relationship with my mother that we were at odds for years. You know what I mean? And those things are priceless. You know what I mean? That was like the best part of it, and the fact that I didn't have to move around. I just sat still. I haven't sat still in years, bro.
You was forced to.
Forced to. And thank God it wasn't in the cell.
Yeah.
It was where I was comfortable.
Where was your house? Where was it?
I was at my grandmother's house.
Okay.
Yeah, because they didn't let me go back to the crib.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had to be over there. And, you know, God bless her. She passed maybe a year before that. But, you know, the way things aligned, I had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So that was if she was there, I wouldn't have been able to really, I don't want to be there. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I would have, I didn't know where I was going to go. So, that opportunity came and I was like, yeah, I asked, they was like, yeah, you can go over there. There's nobody there. I think my aunt was there and I was like, all right, cool. So, but then my mom came and she started, going to court with me every court date, bringing her Bible. So, talking to her through that time and her praying with me and getting me close to the God, I needed that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it brought me to who I am now.
Can I ask you this? Because just for people who might be going through a situation kind of similar to what do you think that the fame and the attention and the money, did that fracture the relationship, or was it something that it would have happened if you were just regular Joe Blow off the street?
I think both of them. It would have happened if I was just a regular Joe Schmo, because it was her mental, her state. It's not stable. You know what I mean? So it was going to happen regardless. The first month I met her, she tried to pull the police trick on me, but it reversed because I called them first while she was yelling help, trying to call them, throwing things at me. And because she lost her keys, she was drunk. And she basically did the same thing she did the night of the incident. She did that to me the first month. And I called the police and she had a knife on me and everything on the balcony. I'm holding the glass door shut, which was shattered. And the police came up, opened the door, and she runs out and yells, "Don't take him to jail. If you do, my family's in danger. He's a killer." I cannot make this up. They walk in. That's the first thing I hear, that she runs out and says, it's like she done this before. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not knowing that yet. And they come in and they, most of the officers in the city and everybody, they know me. They know my face. So they're like, "Gunplay, what's up, man?" I'm like, "I'm chilling." And they see I'm not drunk. I'm totally sober because I wasn't drinking at the time. And she was totally drunk. And then next thing you know, I told them what happened, and they hemmed her up in the hallway. I guess she was being combative, and they ended up, they was going to take her to jail. But they asked me if I want to press charges. I said, "No, I'm not pressing no charges." I said, "I just want to get out of here." You know what I mean? I just met her a month ago. But then her mom and dad was begging me to give her another chance and this and that. She ended up being pregnant. We got an abortion. She gets pregnant again. So I'm super tied in now. And I knew it was going to happen where we were going to break up, and it was going to be a bad breakup, but I didn't think she was going to be at this level of depth.
So from the time y'all met to the time when it was really, really a wrap, what was that time frame? How long was that?
2 years.
2 years. So let me ask you this. I'm in big brother mode now, because then I'm asking for all.
Yeah.
After that first month, when she first flipped out,
I know.
What made you say, "I'ma still stick"? Because we all do it now. I ain't acting like but I just want to know for you and the audience, like, what made you say, man?
Her mother and father were a big influence on that, and she got pregnant.
Right.
She was pregnant.
Yeah.
So those were the factors that really pushed me to, say, all right, I'll try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could try to work this out, because they said she had PTSD from her last relationship where the dude beat her up really bad, and he's doing 15 years in prison. Ironically, the same amount of time they was offering me. But I just, that was what really drove me, because
y'all have a child now.
Now I am.
How has co-parenting been in that?
I haven't seen her. I haven't seen, so, because like I said, she makes up these things, man, and she got a restraining order on me from Kentucky. She's in Kentucky rehabilitating from a severe car accident that she almost died in, and unfortunately, and the day I beat the case, I get a knock at the door from the sheriffs, and they said they served with a restraining order from Kentucky. Right. And she made up a whole thing about the case that she just lost, that was the basis of why she needs a restraining order. So now I can't see my daughter or talk to her or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't pray on that situation, man. It's funny in these kind of cases, these situations, man. Don't nobody win but the lawyers.
Yeah.
Like, nobody win but the lawyers, man.
Brother K. Reno, look, man, the Underground Dialogue website is back in function. We back in motion, man. If y'all want Underground Dialogue podcast merch, whatever you need, go to undergrounddialogue.com and check us out. And always make sure that every Wednesday night, y'all are checking out the Underground Dialogue podcast right on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah! What's up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno. And check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business. You can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it.